What's going on, everybody? I'm Sha. This is the Dollar Tree. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Yes, appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you know when we upload a new video. Okay. Algorithm talk, all right? Please leave a 1 or a comment, anything in the chat for the algorithm as well. First things first, Happy New Year, all right? 2021. All right, cheers. Cheers to more strategies, more luck. All right, more strategies and more luck. All right, let's get started. See, we're going to go in on this video today. So I'm going to need my phone here with me. But nonetheless, of course, I basically want to talk about what we're going to go through in this video. So somebody in the comment section asked me about DuckDAO.io and they asked about DSLA Protocol. I'm going to talk about those today, and I must say I was definitely intrigued. My interest was piqued. All right. Also, Litecoin. We're going to look at Litecoin. I really listen, that Litecoin setup was very, very, very lucrative. Okay, a very good setup. So we're going to look at the chart. We're going to see what's going to happen, you know, short term, midterm, long term, whatever. With Litecoin, we're going to go over the chart later on. So, all right, so that's what we got in the video today. Now, I want to start and preface this entire thing around yield farming, Duck.io, proof of stake. I want to say that I'm aware of it. I'm very aware of it. I never dived into or dabbled into yield farming. I have not done it, and my reasoning for not doing it, it's pretty much going to be clear. So now, first things first, yield farming is complex. All right. So if you want to know a little bit more, it doesn't make sense for me to dive into it or even break it down because Chico Crypto already did that. So I'm going to put a screenshot right here of the video and the title. You can go ahead after this video and check out that video done by Chico Crypto. Very good video. He actually ran through how you would pretty much do yield farming. Now, I don't like yield farming for pretty obvious reasons. Number one is extremely risky, and you must be attentive. You must be at your computer or to your phone all the time pretty much, so you can manage that cluster. Not a good word. I was gonna say something else. Cluster. But anyway, so here's a screenshot of a guy during the video that talked about, let's read the screenshot. Let's read it. He says, whew, yield farming is addictive. Deposit link to AVE or AVE. Use as collateral to borrow wrapped BTC, WBTC. Deposit WBTC to Curve Finance. Receive, what? SRV Raven WSBTC LP token. The LP token is 36% REN BTC, 25% wrapped BTC. Okay. And 39%. Well, SRV, whatever that is, I'm not sure about that. Woof. CRV or SBTC. Stake pool token on synthetics.io, farm synthetics, REN, BAL, and CRV. Man, that's a lot. Okay, so basically what it says, receive CRV, REN, wrapped BTC, LP token. Again, the complexities of yield farming, right? So that's just one of the biggest reasons why I don't do it. I don't think the time aspect of it is necessarily worth it to me. Not to mention, of course, with anything when it comes to investing, you want to make sure that you have money, a good amount of money that you are willing to risk and understanding the risk of that. Not financial advice. So now, with that being said, let's just talk about how it's also not that big of a, I mean, it was a big deal, you know, it was kind of like a hype thing for a little bit, but I didn't get into it because of the inflationary aspect of it, as mentioned. So the price fluctuations, in my opinion, kind of plays a role in me not wanting to dive in it as well, because yeah, you're going to get that return. It's going to be great percentages. The price is going to be going up on the spot price of the coin in the market. But at the end of the day, I just, once that market starts to come down, the complexities of it starts to heighten to a certain point. I don't think at that point it's worth it. Although it may be a very fun thing to do, if you get it right, you'll be able to make some money off of it. Which in comes Duck.io. Now, somebody asked me about Duck.io, and I'm going to put up a few screenshots here for you guys, and I'm also going to read through a few things in regards to Duck.io, because when it comes to yield farming, they're staking the claim that they're actually going to revolutionize yield farming. Now, how do they plan on doing this? Let's read. Starting mid-2020, yield farming platforms started their operations with proprietary tokens, and nearly all of them lost value because of the massive inflation that happens when high returns are given. Okay. This can't work out in the long term, which is one of the things that I kind of thought about. I didn't think of, but it was an inkling of it brushing across my shoulder, and I was like, it sounds good. It is complex. What about the long term? But here we go. This can't work out in the long term, which is why Duck Liquidity Pool researched and built the revolutionary deflationary farming 2.0. One side burn means that you will lose one side of your liquidity. Yes, right. You will never get it back. Why should you still do it then? Okay, why should you? Because the rewards you get from farming staking LP tokens are higher than what you get, higher than what you have put into the liquidity after a certain time. Sounds quacky. It definitely sounds quacky. Let's continue. This is the miracle behind protecting the Duck token from inflation. Every time when someone leaves the Duck token farm, his provided liquidity gets burned, and the supply of the Duck token gets lower. And not only Duck token gets burned, also DDIM gets burned in pools like DDIM Ethereum, DDIM USDT. Same mechanism. It is always the one side of the liquidity that gets burned to make the whole DuckDAO token system deflationary, and in the end, everybody will profit from this, i.e., in the end, long term. Now, okay, unaware of this, I went on ahead and I took a look at the charts for DuckDAO and Duck, as well as the DDIM. So I'm going to put some screenshots on here for the screen for you guys. And in doing so, I'm going to explain that these are very new projects. These things are very new. And although I really like the idea, I'm curious to see if people will be driven toward it based on what they are proposing. Now, if that's the case, I can see over time people start to migrate from, the traditional yield farming, I guess we could say that, over to, yield farming 2.0. But it remains to be seen. Now, I like the concept, although I'm not a yield farmer. Will that bring me to the point of yield farming? No, nah. Mostly because it's still complex, especially if you want to maximize it. I think it is, it can be very addictive, and you can get tied into, the mathematical equation of making yield farming work. Now, once you watch Chico Crypto's video after this, you will, thoroughly explain what I mean by mathematical equation. When it comes to Duck.DAO, I think, listen, it is a good idea. And as I stated, when I talk about my criteria for investing in certain coins, that criteria has a lot to do with what I said in regards to filling gaps in the market. Where can you create a platform or improve a platform or reinvent the platform to something completely different and something that's way better, and make use of that coin, settle things in coins, and and what is the product also alongside of that that's going to give people the incentive to buy into it and hold it over a long period of time. Now, but let's move on. So we're going to move on to the second thing. Somebody in the comment section asked me about DSLA Protocol. Oh, wow. Another thing that I've seen, but I didn't really pay much attention to. So we're going to dive into it right now. DSLA now is dealing with the issue of proof of stake contract settling inconsistencies. When validators fail to meet the requirements, the people who are staking take the hit. You know what? I'll read it to you right here, and you can get it straight from the horse's mouth. DSLA Protocol. I'm gonna put it on the screen here for you guys. DSLA is a risk management protocol for developers to build applications and operate infrastructures that are natively capable of financially protecting users against failures. Okay. The problem: there are no trustworthy, cost-effective ways to reduce customer exposure to third-party service failures. Okay. Remember, we're talking in regards to proof of stakes, and I know if somebody asks me about it, they probably are aware of these things, and they just want to know my opinion based on investing and foresight in regards to the roadmap for DSLA. Is it something that's potentially viable as far as an investment long term? Okay. All right, but let's continue because I believe this is important. So they want a solution to this, and the solution is DSA Protocol is a financial hedge against service failures powered by peer-to-peer service level agreements and programmable bonus malus payouts. It enables anyone to vouch for the reliability of a service, get paid when the service performs as expected, or get compensated when the service does not meet expectations. Now that last part is the part where DSLA comes in. To get paid or compensated when the service does not meet expectations. Now my curiosity is, does the DSLA token fill that void? Are the DSLA tokens provided as compensation? That's the real curiosity in regards. But let's continue. Powered by the DSLA token. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Compounding SLA reward and compensation. DSLA Protocol transfers DSLA tokens between service providers, the people that vouch for them, and the service customers, according to good and bad service levels. It's also the access key to the DSLA network DApp. Okay, so I'm going to leave it right there in regards to DSLA, and I'm going to say this. That's fine. That is the use case. But what about the regulars? What about the people who aren't familiar with the interworkings or the, let's say, the building blocks of cryptocurrency? The more technical aspects of it. See, now, these may be great projects and investments for the know, for the group of people who are in the know. Now, to the casual, this is extremely complex. They're going to look at this, they're going to read it and be like, huh? What? Man, where's Ethereum? Where's Bitcoin? I'm buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. What is that? All right? So, although you may have that use case, I fear there may be a situation where, the casuals will see a DSLA protocol, and or the market may see DSLA protocol as just a quick pump and dump, hold short term, get some profits and leave. Now that's good for the traders, but for the casuals, it's something that they'll probably get screwed over in if DSLA can't continue building from that and providing more solutions that can be promoted at a more mainstream level for the casuals or the novice investor to see value in it and put their money in it. All right. So with that being said, I like DSLA protocol. I like the idea behind it. It is problem solving in regards to cryptocurrency overall. But again, mainstream marketing for these coins is very important. When you think about investing in stocks, you think about Tesla. I seen a Tesla on the road. You can't say DSLA. I seen a DSLA on the road, or I bought a DSLA phone. Keep that in mind, guys. That is the perspective that I offer on this channel. Okay. With that being said, let's talk about Litecoin, because Litecoin has made its first move. Its first move testing that 2019 June high of $144. It didn't get to 144. It was rejected slightly below at $144. So let's take a look at the chart. Let's see what's going on, get an idea of where the price may go, if there's a continuation in bull cycle price action for Litecoin, or if it's a midterm kind of like pullback, short-term bearish. Let's see where it could end up there as well. Let's take a look. All right, here we go. Litecoin weekly chart. All right, man. You know, this is nothing new. Let's get it started. Okay. This is what I'm looking at on the weekly chart. You might have a double bottom here. But then again, maybe you don't. Maybe you just got one big rounded bottom. And if that's the case, you know, you're going to be looking at touching all-time highs. You're going to be looking at reaching those all-time highs around $350. Okay. So this is what we know. Let me draw something. Okay. I guess it wouldn't be right if I didn't draw something, right? Since we are looking at the charts. Okay, so I drew a rounded bottom for you guys. And if this is respected, yes, Litecoin is in for some pleasant gains. Now, let's go down to the daily chart, because on a daily, you're going to have to break a very important resistance. And what is this resistance that I'm talking about? Let me draw a new line. I'm talking about 2019 summer run-up, June, $146.06. You can see it right there to the right in the blue box. All right, that is a very, very big resistance that you guys are gonna have to break for Litecoin. I said you guys, ain't that something? Now, again, of course, you ran up to this close to it at 142 and got rejected slightly, but you may be you just may be building boost so you can get above that level over the last about a week or so. But to find this out, let's go ahead down to the 12-hour. You know, let's not postpone the inevitable. All right, on the 12-hour, I've drawn this bullish structure, which it looks like it's trying to break out of right now as we speak. And if you do, you will go back up and retest that $142 and hopefully break it and continue higher. So let's go down to the 8-hour now. Let's just keep it pushing so we can see what the French toast is going on down here on the 8-hour. Okay, on the 8-hour. All right, down here on the 8-hour, you can see this structure that I've drawn even clearer, and you can see that, you know, the little green wick, which where it ran up to and got rejected. Now, let's talk substance. If you cannot break this and continue higher, your first stop is down here at this green line at $95. You can see it in the blue box to the right. All right, down here on the 4-hour, you can see it even more clearly. You got 2 touches on the top, 2 touches on the bottom. And it looks like you got a tiny green candle starting to form at an attempt to continue higher to break it. You got bullish momentum also that's been building on the MACD, so that is also a good sign for a potential run up and retest of the upper trend line of this structure. But let's zoom back out to the 12-hour and let's talk more about where this price could go over time. So in the short term, what I did was, of course, you can see the line drawn up. Of course, you measure the distance from the opening of this structure and you attach it to a breakout point, okay, and that gives you your target. Now remember what I said, that $146 target? Okay, let's zoom out and see if that's accurate based on that. Boom, there you have it, to the box, to the right in the blue box, $146 lining up with that horizontal line. Okay, all right, now let's go back up to the weekly actually, and I think for this one I'm just gonna pull some fib maybe. All right, so here you go. I just pulled the fib levels on the weekly chart. This is pretty much going to be you guys long-term targets, you know, like a longer time frame targets for Litecoin. You got the first stop at the 786 at $194. You got the second stop at the 618, which would be $230. Your third stop, $257. And this is Litecoin. So this can take a long time to play out, but I like to trade longer time frames because I like to get large amounts of money into the market at good prices. Okay, so short term, retest that $146 and then go from there. Okay, there you have it for Litecoin. And I told you, if you pull back, if there's a pullback, your first major stop is of course at $95. Okay, let me get my final thoughts and let's wrap things up. All right, so there you have it. Duck.io and DSLA Protocol are filling voids or trying to improve things in regards to crypto. However, what they're trying to improve is more for the pro side as opposed to the novice side. Your retail investors. So although it may have value and catch traction early on, I don't think as far as the coin doing very well for retail market going in is going to be sustainable unless there's some type of marketing push, or it becomes popular due to people having a more rudimentary understanding of the benefits of DSLA Protocol and or Duck.io. All right, that doesn't take away from the projects, but remember, on this channel we talk about very good investment opportunities. That is paramount for us over here. Okay, so any questions, comments, or concern, shout out to you. I will be keeping my eye on Duck.io and DSLA Protocol. Yes, I will. Any questions, comments, or concern, make sure you leave them in the comment section, or you can DM us on Instagram at the.dollar.tree. You know how this goes. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications so you know when we upload a new video. You get the call. Yeah? I'm Sha. This is the Dollar Tree, and I will see you guys in the next video. Let's see if we can do this back to back to back to back for the start of the new year. Latest.